Hi, Scott Nell here with the Scott Nell team. I'm here.
Am I part of the team, by the way?
You are now.
Okay, just checking.
I'm here with Marc Schwartz, a friend, also happens to be an estate planning attorney with a specialty in special needs. He is also
really
the
good
law
looking guy.
office of Marc J. Schwartz. Marc J. Schwartz, right up here. So, our topic today. Now that we've used up about 1 minute of our time.
That's okay.
Why is probate so bad for real estate?
All right. Well, before we get into that, I think we need to spend at least 1.3 minutes, if that's okay,
That's perfect.
on probate. So probate is that court system that transfers property from the dead to the heirs. The things you should know about probate is, one, it's a hassle. Two, it's long. It's 12 to 18 months.
Right.
And three, it's expensive. And when it comes to real estate, it gets really, really expensive. So in order to transfer title from mom and dad, who are now dead, to the kids, you're going to have to go through probate unless you have a trust or some other thing that's going to avoid probate. And I can talk a little bit about that. But let's just assume that they're going to go through probate. And again, you're going to go through probate if you have no estate plan or if you have a will. It's a big misconception is that people think if they have a will, they're not going to go through probate. They're going to go through probate. It's going to go where they want it to, but it's going to have to go through that, fire, those coals that you have to walk over. It's going to have to. You're going to have to do that before you get the real property. The thing about real estate, and I don't understand why the courts do it this way, but for purposes of probate, they value it at the fair market value. They don't value it at the equity. So, you have $1 million home, but it only has $500,000 of equity. Courts don't care. For probate purposes, they're going to value it at the $1 million. The next question is, well, how much is it going to cost? You said it's expensive, or I said it's expensive. What does expensive mean?
You know what? You don't even need me here.
I don't need you here.
You're asking all the great questions.
I'll sit over here, you sit over there. Anyway, so probate. So how expensive is probate? Well, the first thing is you have to ask is, what's included in that expense? Right. There's a personal representative fee. Executor is what people often hear, or executrix. So they get a fee. The attorney gets a fee, which is only fair. And those fees are set by statute, by the way. So you can go and see how much they are. There's filing fees. There's bond fees. There's appraisals. Overall, the general rule of thumb is about 5%. So take that $1 million home that only has $500,000.
What if it's a lower priced home, though? I mean, you would think it'd have to be more than 5%. So if you're in the Midwest and it's a $200,000 home, I mean, it's got to be a much higher percentage, I would think.
Okay, so
or is there a formula specifically that applies to regardless of what the
two really good points, and I just wanted to clarify. So one is probate is state specific. So you said Nebraska. I actually don't know Nebraska law. They may have completely different probate rules. So everything I'm talking about is California specific. And then with regard to the cost or the value of the property, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 5% whether that property is valued at $200,000 or whether it's valued at $200 million. To get that property through probate, it's going to cost you roughly 5% of that fair market value.
Okay.
So going back to my example, we have a $1 million home. Lawyers are not good at math, but it's going to cost $50,000 to pay all of those people that I just mentioned to get that house transferred.
Right.
And the saddest part, the most disappointing part, is it's completely avoidable.
Easily.
It's easily avoidable.
What percent? I mean, how often do you get people? Because you would think that most people would know they want to avoid probate.
Right. The last statistic I saw said that 70% of Americans don't even have a will.
That I didn't expect. Wow.
Between 65 and 70%.
It's costing them so much money by not being prepared.
Now,
and think of the turmoil it's putting the family through as well.
Oh, God, yes. If you listen, you don't do estate planning for yourself.
Right.
You do it for the people you love. You want to make their life as easy and as not complicated as possible. And hopefully not as expensive as possible. Right. And that's why I do what I do. Why the 65 to 70% of people do not have wills, I don't know. It's beyond me. Yeah. People don't like facing their mortality. That's a whole other discussion.
Right.
They just don't. Now, when you work with someone like me, hi, I'm Marc, it's actually much more entertaining and easygoing. So I think that it's empowering, actually.
No, I would agree actually, because it kind of takes the edge off of the process.
For sure.
With someone like you.
For sure.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question, by the way?
You absolutely did. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Mr. Schwartz.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Hey everyone, if you'd like more information about myself or my amazing team, check out scottnellteam.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.